It was all fireworks in that Noah and Spammin game, offense galore. And Ty, something that impressed me so much about Spammin, somebody relatively inexperienced, only his second major. Spammin didn't look shook at all, didn't look like the bright lights affected him, especially on that two-point conversion play where he was able to pick off Noah and seal the win. Spammin was calm, cool, and collected all day long.
1,000%. And, you know, both these guys really had huge storylines yesterday. Spammin just being so cool and calm, and he didn't get those pressure situations get to him, coming up with that huge pick on the two-point conversion to win it. And then, of course, Henry coming back down 14 versus arguably the greatest Madden player of all time, and Drini just didn't let it get to him. So both these guys really did a lot for their Madden careers yesterday, and we'll see who can advance to the finals here.
He's looking for that crosser deep down the field. Does he have him? CD Lamb, feet and bounds. Yes, indeed, to the 32-yard line. SpamminButtons offense already nearing the red zone.
And, of course, Spammin stays in this trips tight end formation. Trips is always to the left. Never going to flip the formation. Never going to play the hash marks. He loves that PA counter go. He loves some slant post combos. He really mixes it up well. He's really improved as a passer, but he takes a big sack here from Henry's defense.
Didn't see a lot of it in those first two games yesterday, TD, but man, in those final two games, especially in that Drini-Henry game, it felt like the defenders were all over him. As Jalen Hurts on 2nd and 15 will find CD Lamb to the 25-yard line, set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, it goes back to that route combo he loves with the slant over the middle to the slot receiver, tight end on the post. And we talked about Henry, no do-rag, but he still got the chain. He still got the nose piercing, the ears piercing. He's still rocking the gold. You love to see that. SpamminButtons completely locked in, edge of his seat right now, trying to throw a dot.
Oh, hit him with the little okie doke. Looked like he was going to run, then looked like he was going to pass. At the end of the day, Spammin picks up 4, and more importantly, gets a 1st down.
Big 3rd down conversion. You saw Henry there. He kind of jumped up with one of his user defenders right there, giving Spammin a little bit of an angle to get to the outside and pick up that crucial 1st down. Goes back to the RPO here. So you see Spammin early and often. He's not just passing. He's not just running. He's mixing it up. He's being really balanced out of this trips tight end set.
Not an insignificant other people out there I've seen. After a SpamminButtons, sort of a trendy pick out there, especially after that win yesterday. That had to garner him a lot of fans out there with an upset victory in round 1.
Oh yeah, 100%. It gave him so much confidence knowing he could take down the defending champ. He's got a tall task though. His bracket's absolutely stacked.
Got him! How sweet is sweetness? Walter Payton into the end zone. The first touchdown of day 2 goes the way of SpamminButtons.
Making it look easy. This kid is legit. He can pass the ball so well. Goes to that Walter Payton on that angle or out of the backfield. That's the guy I said to look out for. Walter Payton, one of the best weapons in Madden Ultimate Team with that backfield master. Puts him on the angle route. Easy dot. Falls into the end zone. What a way to start this game off for SpamminButtons.
By the way, big shout out to everybody out there on Twitter using that hashtag #UltimateWildCard. You might see your tweet at the bottom of the screen. Let's take a look at that touchdown. Let's take a look at Henry's offense, because this offense looked dead in the water against Drini to start yesterday, TD, but really came to life in the second half.
Came alive late in the game. Devin Hester and Cliff Branch, 2 of the fastest receivers you can get in Madden Ultimate Team. He has that slot apprentice on Cliff Branch as well as Keyshawn Johnson. So he has some of the best receivers, and of course he has a mix of Fred Taylor and LeGarrette Blount to utilize at running back behind that Jalen Hurts amazing quarterback.
SpamminButtons going to have to get some stops against Henry. Similar defense, but you see some differences, especially at the cornerback position. He's got Renfro, Dion, and Everson Walls.
Yeah, he's got some great defenders here, and he's got Cam Chancellor with the out-my-way ability, as well as 4 acrobats in the secondary. You see there, primetime Deion Sanders, Renfro, great defenders back there. And he's going to need it because Henry looked really good in that second half in this gun bunch formation. So we'll see what SpamminButtons can do on defense.
As we start out this drive, let's bring in another member of our squad, none other than Clef the God. He's locked in for the Madden Bowl and is just enjoying a relaxing time here in the Wildcard. I didn't get a chance to ask you, Clef, did you have fun hanging out in the booth yesterday?
Man, I had so much fun, man. Working with these legends. You got T. Davis, you got Nick, you got User, you got everybody behind the scenes, man. It's a lot of fun, and I'm having fun watching these players, man. They leaving it all out there. These have been great games, man. Watching Spammin versus Henry, watching Henry on defense. He's in 3-3-5 wide man line. Now that man line, it's not messing Spammin up at all right now. Spammin real comfortable. He got his deep route one step on the left side outside. The right side of the field is wide open. You know, it's wide open. What Henry's doing right now is trying to take away base by having more of his DBs to the strength of the passing, which is the 3 receiver side. Spammin marched all the way down the field. Touchdown.
And Clef, I feel like you've played Henry in like so many big games over these last couple of years. What do you, since you played him recently, what are you looking for when you go up against Henry? Like, what's the preparation for him? Because, most people say he's a defensive player, and he is, but I think he's pretty good in his gun bunch offense as well.
You play against Henry, you just know you playing against a defensive robot, man. But it just seemed like he always got the perfect adjustments, and he always bring out something on defense that you haven't seen before. He was the first one you seen in this cover one robber, 3-3-5 wide. He brought it out versus Gabagool. You see everybody running it now, so you just understand that. Look, it's gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be low scoring, and you got to be ready for that.
Well, Henry with a nice drive so far. He's got that offense down to the 26-yard line. We'll hit the second quarter. Gentlemen, I don't know. It felt like we flipped a switch or something yesterday in the middle of the day because we hit the first quarter. Only 7 points are on the board.
Yeah, but they're looking good so far. It's not like they've been struggling. They're moving the ball down the field pretty easy.
Scramble there for Jalen Hurts. I think Clef said yesterday, escape artist, it's so important out there because it gives you not only the mobility to avoid those pass rushers, but you also have another added weapon on the offensive side of the ball if nothing opens up downfield.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you that added element. When things break down, exactly right here. When you have Jalen Hurts at quarterback with all that speed, you can get outside the pocket, throw the ball away, live to fight another down. You don't want to make any mistakes in those situations. When you're sometimes stuck in the pocket, you can throw a pick if you rush the pass. So that just gives you that added element. And then if you're a freestyle player, you can really make some things happen and kind of even scramble the quarterback for some nice
Wheel route. Got him. Fred Taylor walk into the end zone. 66 catching. Fred Taylor says, stop it. You got to up my catching, Fred. I'm fighting for you out here. Touchdown for Henry. The response to SpamminButtons. And with this extra point, we're all tied up.
Huge response from Henry right there. And if you guys aren't using those wheel routes, we talked about it a lot yesterday. Get those wheel routes on your field in Madden 22. They beat man, they beat zone right there. Man coverage, wheel route right up the left side. Fred Taylor, easy touchdown for Henry.
7 apiece here in the second quarter. So take a look at it one more time. Wheel route, it's not manned up. You saw a little bit of a late recognition there from Spammin. It's like with his user, he was like, oh man, I should have been over there.
Yeah, caught him lacking just a little bit, and that's the thing too. Henry timed it perfectly, threw it right on as soon as Taylor kind of just cuts up the field. Right when he cuts up, you throw it, gets a teeny bit like a little boost up the field, and he's able to cut up the field and get into the end zone.
Bringing the man, the myth, the legend, one great user. Starting off with this game, you said it was going to be a dogfight, and it is a dogfight so far. It's a huge play right there, dropping it back to a 3rd and 31.
Oh, this is a major defensive down right here, 3rd and 31. He has to get off the field right here. Screamer. Oh, good D.
Nope.
Yeah, Spammin has to punt right here, 4th and 33. But yeah,
user, user, do you have 4th and 33 plays in your playbook, or is it just punt?
Oh, it's a for show punt for me. I'm in the bag. 4th and 33. I'm in the bag at 3rd and 21, whatever he was at, man. It's a wrap for me. But let me tell you, man, this is going to be the big difference. Henry's offense in the red zone. Yesterday, when he was playing Drini, the wheel routes, it seemed like he kept cooking up the wheel routes when he needed to, and guys on defense fell asleep. That's what we just saw with SpamminButtons in the red zone, and you saw him make that little head nod like, man, I gotta stop the wheel route in the red zone because everything else in between the 20s, they're going to be fine. But when you get into the red zone, the first guy that can come up with a stop on the wheel route, I feel like is going to be the one that wins this game.
Exactly. So difficult to defend. And guys, I think that's the first punt we've seen in these 2 days, right? We haven't seen any other punts until that punt right there.
I mean, you got to punt in 4th in Africa, like Noah said, you know what I'm saying? And then you at the 2-yard line. But Buttons is still in a good position. If he's able to hold him to 3, and just don't let Henry take this whole clock. But Henry, he's going to try to be a mastermind and milk this thing down and say, hey, well, if I can go in up, 3 or 7, that's what I'll do.
He will pick up the first down. One thing I really saw that was interesting when we talked with Henry after that game against Drini, I was impressed how he was honest. He sat there, he said, I was absolutely lost in the first quarter. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't feel good with the game. But then by the time he hit halftime, he settled down, and then that strip sack really changed the momentum of the game. It seemed like gave Henry a confidence to get that win over Drini.
Yeah, that was huge. And the guy just came out of nowhere, right? It was the free blitzer off the edge and just nailed the quarterback. Henry was absolutely fired up, and it was just a huge momentum shifter. And I was just impressed, man. The will to win we saw from Henry yesterday, the way that he fought back, it really did a lot for him in his Madden career moving forward.
3rd and short. Let's put the big boys on the field. And all right, hand it to Kyle Pitts. Try to dive over it. Not sure if he got it. He did not.
Ooh,
I don't know if I've seen too many of the Superman dives from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them on the goal line, not really in the 25. He's going to go right back to it, though. You see how effective it is, and this time he converts it, and that's huge because now Henry can really try to take this whole clock down, and he's going to get the ball to start that second half.
Well, I'm telling you, if you're looking at, sort of that game script, TD, and you were wondering who's feeling better going in halftime. I mean, it's 7-7. Obviously, Henry's going to be happy to get the ball to start the second half, but Henry has really dictated how this game has gone. He's playing his style of game, and that's got to give him some confidence going into the second half.
He's in complete control. He's really slowed it down, put the game in his hands, getting this last possession now into the second half. So he really slowed it down and made that one possession for Spammin where he scored, then the second possession able to get that stop. So he kind of really limited Spammin's possessions in this game. So I look for Henry to try to score a touchdown here, then get the ball to start the second half, and really then start to use the clock even more to limit the possessions in the second half for Spammin.
I feel like Henry and Spammin knew last night's show went a little late, so they're playing the hustle game right now with 20 seconds left in the first half. I feel like this game is at frantic speed. Go to the wheel route. It's picked up. Marlon Humphrey with the pick. We finally saw some defense on the wheel route. And there goes Marlon Humphrey up the sideline. He'll be tackled with 11 seconds left at the 46-yard line. A huge play for Spammin's defense.
Like that.
The key to win Madden 22, shut down the wheel route. What a game-changing play for Spam, and he bagged the wheel route. Henry tried to throw it on that cut once again, but he's able to get the swat, the pick, and now he's cooking on offense.
They know.
And he's got the crosser. 5 seconds left. He gets into field goal range. A gift, possibly a 10-point swing, as SpamminButtons will get to kick this field goal and head into halftime with a lead.
What a turn of events. We were just talking about Henry completely controlled this game, and things can switch just like that. And now Spam with a clutch dot. He's going to take the lead into the half. Oh, my goodness.
1 second remaining. Boy, and Ty, you talk about mental fortitude, how big that is in competitive Madden. For Henry, you see him, he's shaking his head. He knows that was just, maybe it was unlucky, maybe it was a bad read, but all in all, he has to shake that off. If he's going to get a win and get to a belt game, he has to play a tough second half.
Yeah, because he was about to be up 14-7 and getting ball, maybe making it 21-7, and instead he's going to go down 10-7 at the half. He does still get the ball, so the game is obviously still in control here, but wow, what a turn of events for Spammin. If you're Spammin, you couldn't ask for a better outcome right there. That is absolutely huge for him going to the second half. And you gotta think that Henry is just itching right now to get the second half started. He wants to be on offense after the way that ended right there, throwing that pick. You know that he felt like he was in complete control of this game, and he's got to try to get it back right now.
We'll scramble with Jalen Hurts, pick up a couple on the ground. For Henry, Ty, almost feel like I mean, again, it was a short halftime break, but just that little break to maybe reset the mind and take a second to put that interception out of his head, it might benefit the young fella.
Yeah, he probably needed it for a few seconds right there just to think about what happened, but I know he really wants to get back out there. It was, I don't know if he threw that one away.
That was a high pass.
High pass, yeah. It was a little scary right there. So, but you know he's itching to get back out here, but Spammin doing a great job in this 3-3-5 wide, mixing it up, giving him some different looks. You see that man in line that Clef was talking about, lining up directly over the slot receiver there. Big 3rd and 5.
And he looks over the middle. He's got Devin Hester in the Bears uni. Oh, Chicago fans, you gotta love to see that once again. All the way down to the 41-yard line. Henry's in business.
Yeah, laser right there with that Devin Hester at receiver. It was a little high-low combo right there. Had the drag underneath and had that post route behind it. Henry kind of bit underneath because it was 3rd and 5. He throws it to the post behind him. Great read. Big-time dog.
Lots of time in the pocket. Scrambling left. Scrambling back right. And he'll just throw this one away. Smart play by there, not forcing anything down the field.
Yeah, Spammin playing a little bit aggressive on defense, playing his zone drops underneath. Looked like a little bit of a match coverage, but also playing underneath. You know, he had the slant. If Henry would have saw it behind the defender, he could have pass-led it behind it, but just missed the read.
2nd and 10, stepping up. And off his back foot. Oh, almost hit the tight end, Davis, over the middle of the field. Just couldn't complete that one. Jalen Hurts a little wild.
Yeah, and those are the type of throws that Jalen Hurts, though, has been making all tournament long. You see him rolling out to the left, throwing back cross body, and that was wide open. Henry had so much daylight. Very unfortunate.
3rd and 10. Downfield. Has him. Cliff Branch got wheels. Cliff Branch has 6. Henry takes the lead.
A beautiful laser from Henry. The way he set that up, he had the streaks to bring the zones back, waited for the crossing route to clear out, get wide open. That is a hot dot from Henry Levette right there. Big time response to start the second half.
14-10. Young Hen Dog takes the lead. 18 years old at the 818 compound in Austin, Texas. And now SpamminButtons gets his first offensive possession as we take a look one more time. The absolute beam from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he got that crosser on the solo side, put some streaks over there on the bunch side, got them to clear out the zones, and the crosser came wide open. Great play design, great execution from Henry.
Spin move, hit him with the spin cycle. There goes CeeDee Lamb past midfield.
Spin move, absolutely nasty. Great stick work from Spammin. And Nick, I got a feeling this game is going to be kind of like those first 2 games we saw yesterday. Coming down to the wire here. Yeah, neither of these guys want to try to get a stop. They're just shooting out right now. Man, we're gonna have some fireworks here second half.
Ty, I'm almost 32 years old. I can't handle this, dog. Okay, I'm gonna need to sub a user. Can user do play-by-play for a game?
Yeah, you've had a rough 2 weeks. I don't know if you can handle any more of this.
If I have to go to the hospital for a coronary, you'll know why. 2nd and 3. Hurts outside of the pocket. Nope. Smart move there from Spammin. Saw the open lane to pick up 3.5. He picks up the first down.
And that was really good defense right there from Henry. It was man coverage, but they played it really tight right there. Some of those crossing routes and those slants usually get open versus that man coverage, but they played it extremely well right there. And you saw how good Henry's secondary is there. Has a bunch of acrobats out there, a bunch of deep route KOs. Surprised he doesn't have a lot of one-step aheads out there. We've seen a couple of those throughout the tournament. Those play a little better in man coverage, but man, his man coverage looked locked down on that play.
14-10 our score. Chad, who you riding with in this game? You got Henry or SpamminButtons getting to the final to fight for a belt? Don't forget, we got one more game coming up. Wesley taking on Carey Q to fill the other spot. We've got reveals, we got giveaways, we got everything going on tonight. Chat, we're just happy to have you along with us. Happy Friday to everybody out there as there goes Sweetness. And one more time, Sweetness is finding pay dirt. Touchdown, SpamminButtons.
What a play call from Spammin. He is known as Mr. Quick Base, right? So Henry expects him to run the quick base to the left. What does he do? He dials up a counter to come back to the weak side. Brilliant strategy from Spammin. I'm not sure Henry was expecting it, and he turns it into a huge run. And here we go, back and forth.
Walter Payton hitting Walter Pay dirt. 17-14. We're back to where we were when we started the half. A 3-point lead for SpamminButtons. Take a look one more time. Ty, you talked about it. Look at that block. The user missed the tackle, and then there was nowhere for anybody to stop Walter Payton.
Yeah, it almost confused Henry because on the quick base, it kind of looks the same to start, right? You have that pulling guard coming from the weak side. The guard pulled again, but he picked up a great block, cut it back on the counter. What a run from Spammin.
1st and 10 underneath is Devin Hester. That's a first down. Clef, man, oh man, this game doesn't look like it's going to give us any sort of break when it comes to close action.
Man, this is a crazy game. It's so close. I just want to talk about how impressive that was from Spammin. Spammin used to never run the counter play. That's just being a student of the game right there. Watching Noah play, seeing Noah have success versus Henry in the last tournament, and coming back and giving them that same play when you don't even run that play. That's being flexible. That's being like Bill Belichick. That's being a high-level Madden player.
And Clef, you're the king of the adjust, right? You got to talk about Spammin. That's a big-time adjustment right there. Something, I wouldn't say he's necessarily been known for, but that just shows the improvement he's made in his game.
Oh, yeah. The experience is everything. He's getting more and more confidence, man. Through these games, he's feeling like he belongs here. It's the difference between just being here and feeling like you belong here. Right now, he feels like he's just as good as anybody in this pool.
Well, we're going to the 4th quarter. 4's up in the chat. 5 minutes left. Spotting the belt game on the line. And Henry down by 3, but he's all the way down to the 1-yard line off that completion. I have a feeling Kyle Pitts is going to be soaring like an eagle on this play. He gives it to Pitts. He's up in the air, and he's into the end zone.
And that's why you're the voice of Madden, Nick Mazzesko, right on the money. Kyle Pitts on the goal line, jumping in. It's been a staple of everyone's goal line offense, and you saw it there. And it's once again back and forth we go. Henry's turn. Now Spammin gets another chance.
You got to love this game, man. You got to love this type of game. You want to win a belt. You don't want it easy, man. You want it to come down to this fourth quarter. Let's see. Who really got that championship mindset? Who gonna fold when the lights are the brightest?
Oh, he recovered an onside kick! He recovered an onside kick! This might be the rarest thing in all of Madden. Henry picks up the onside, and he's gonna have a 4-point lead and the ball.
You gotta be kidding me.
The hands team was out there with no hands whatsoever. The mistake, and Spammin's got to be looking at it going, what did I do to deserve this?
Spammin has got to be absolutely sick. And, you know, I was just about to ask Clef, you know, how does he feel about these onside kicks that have been happening? And
Great.
I didn't expect this to happen. Clef, what do you think?
I like it, man. With the way this game is played, you got to give yourself a chance to win, man. This is the offensive game. So kicking an onside kick, it lets you know you're going to get the ball back and you got the faith in your hands. And if you clutch, you give yourself a chance to clutch up.
What a turn of events in this game. Henry, 4-point lead, and now the ball off the onside kick recovery. And now Henry under center. I'm sorry, is this Henry or Kerry Q out there? Stretch run, Fred Taylor.
Nick, you know Buttons is sick right here. Henry, you know Henry never really planned to actually get the onside. It was just strategic to make sure he would have time left before the end of the game and have the last possession. To able to get that onside, it has to be a deflator for Buttons because he's like, man, I'm playing great. You know, at the end of the day, my offense has been moving, and all of a sudden, you get stopped without getting stopped. And this is where champions are made. Can he dig down and hold Henry to 3? You got to suck it up and hold Henry to 3 right here.
And look at this veteran savviness, right? He comes out starting to run the ball, so Spammin starts to, you know, counter that. And then he actually passes the ball out of this deuce close. When you think a million times it's going to be a run, just using the clock perfectly right here. Great strategy from Henry.
21-17 our score. Clef, I mean, is there anything, like I'm curious for the casual viewer out there who's tuning in for the first time watching competitive Madden, they see that onside kick and they go, how do I do that? How do I recover an onside kick? Is it just luck of the draw?
That right there is probably 1 out of 10,000 times, maybe more than that. I might be setting the odds low, man. It might be more than that. There's no really way to get that 1,000% or even 50% of the time. So he's very fortunate to get that.
But Spammin, not out of this game, TD. If he can get a stop here on 3rd and 9, force Henry into a field goal, he's going to have a drive with some timeouts, but he has to get a stop here.
Yeah, this is no doubt one of the biggest plays for SpamminButtons' Madden career so far. He needs to get off the field on this 3rd down, holding the 3.
Bunch to the right side. Hurts back to pass on 3rd and 9. Stepping up in the pocket, looking left, has Keyshawn, has a first down, and now the milkman is on the field. Henry's looking to run this one out.
Clutch dot right there. Wide open, little man beater. He had the zone outside a little bit too far. Henry threw at the perfect time, able to get that possession catch, and you said it. Milk and cookies time here. Spammin going to have to use those timeouts.
First timeout taken by Spammin. Now, here's all I'm saying. We talked yesterday. Young Wesley Gittins, possibly the luckiest player out there. He called out Bugatti Boogs for being the luckiest player out there. I feel like Henry might have been trying to learn some tricks from old Wesley in the same household, trying to find out how he can get some of that rabbit's foot luck.
You know, Nick, I was about to say something about that, you know, but then I was like, you know, I don't want to take nothing away. I don't want to take nothing away, but I'm just saying the sack fumble versus Dreamy, now the onside. I mean, yes, we can call it destiny, but we can also call it luck now. Let's be real.
Open end zone might be the sealer. Davis with the touchdown catch, and Henry might be on his way to a belt game.
And sometimes when it's just your time, man, it's your time. We've seen him get the onside kick. You know, that never happens. You cannot stop timing, man. Timing is everything. And I just feel like with this game right here, he's going to feel it himself. It's one of those times where you feel like you can't lose.
28-17 to score. Let's look at this onside kick. User, talk me through what's the mindset when you see this happen.
Oh, I got stroke. I'm ready to get on Twitter and go crazy. Y'all might as well go ahead and get ready, league ops. I'm about to go ham. Ain't no way they did me like this for all the cash. I'm about to go crazy. Let's be honest.
And you know, too, as soon as you see it, like, bounce right off that first guy, you're like, oh, boy, here we go.
There's no chance I'm getting this one.
You know your stroke. You already know it. Ain't no way they did this to me.
Oh, man.
What a wild game this has been. Guys, this is only game one of the day. We got 2 more to go. As Spammin got a fight. I thought Walter Payton wasn't going to animate right there, and I thought Spammin might just take his Xbox and expeditiously put that one out the window. Payton luckily does come up with the catch.
Yeah, you got to feel for Spammin, too. This is a heartbreaker, man. He played so well, and you just give up an onside kick, and that's pretty much going to cost you the game.
Luckily for both these players, they're locked into the Madden Bowl. We will see Spammin competing for that $250,000 top prize. But you know that when games go like this, but here's the thing that I always tell people, and maybe I'm foolish for saying this, but you know, Ty, it always feels like you look at the lucky moments, but for every lucky moment you see maybe here on the broadcast, there's 15 unlucky moments you didn't see earlier.
Yeah, that's so true. And now Spammin's hoping maybe he can get a little of that onside luck. He's gonna attempt it here.
Can we see 2 onside kicks recovered? At that point, I'm going and buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah, for real. Here we go.
Needs it bad. SpamminButtons looking to stay alive in this game. And the Hands team does their job for Henry. And Henry will be on to a belt game and will get to fight for his first individual belt. A little wry smile there from young Henry as he knows he got a little bit of the Madden love on his side.
Listen, to win a tournament, to make deep runs, you need a little bit of that luck. You need the fluke. You need the angels on your side, whatever you want to call it. And obviously, Henry has had it in this game. And he's going on to his second championship game individually here. And we'll see if he can get his first individual belt.
What a run from SpamminButtons. Cannot wait to see what he will do in the Madden Bowl. But for today, Henry had a little bit of the luck of the Irish on his side. He takes down SpamminButtons 28-20, and he will await the winner of our second semifinal, and he will get a chance to fight for his first individual belt, TD. Henry, I mean, listen, we're going to focus on that onside kick a lot, but really played a solid game all game.
He did. You know, both these guys played solid. You got to tip your hat to Spammin, man. You feel for him. But Henry did just enough. Got a little bit lucky, but he played dominant on offense and defense, and he's advancing to the championship.